that. I think she was already going through this. I think she wanted the appearance of being the happy couple. And, she was an actress and, throwing a little of that magic. And they had reasons to stay together. They have their kids. They also were building businesses together. So there's money involved. And I think they were stronger together than they will be apart. So it'll be interesting to see how it unfolds for the two of them. I do think that she had a psychic back then. I don't know if you remember this, that went on the show and just told her how happy she was going to be, just like all the women at the table did. And so her psychic tells her what she wants to hear. I tell people what they need to hear in the readings, in, truth. And I think she needs a new psychic to help her move forward. And it's not going to be me, obviously, but if she needs guidance, I'd go with somebody else.
I was just going to say, well, what if the phone rings and she says, Allison, you were right.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. She and I it's too much water under the bridge. She and I are two very different people with different motivations in life. And I just, unless she turned into a totally different person that was seeking sort of spiritual growth and, wanting to work on herself from the inside out, I don't really see how that would work. And who she was back then is nobody I would ever associate with.
So if she called you, would you say no, thank you? Would you refer her to another psychic?
I'll say this, if she ever called and her life was in jeopardy, I'd answer the phone for her because, I would definitely help her in a situation like that. But to be her entertainment, I'm not here for that.
That's fair. You did say, I know you just said, because your statement was, I don't wish Kyle any ill. I hope she finds what she's looking for. So yes. I guess people seem shocked by that, like you're not, not that you'd wish her ill, but that you're not saying I told you so. And I guess what she's looking for, it seems like, is definitely not Mauricio long-term.
Right. When I said that, I meant what I wrote. I don't wish her ill. I don't think she and he are right together for various reasons. That's just my opinion. And again, I didn't find any joy in hearing that, they were getting a divorce. And for me, it wasn't a pat on the back. Good job, Allison. You were right. I'm right all the time when I do readings. So I've been doing readings since I was 28. So professionally, I've been doing it for 20 something years. And so just, it's nice that I have people messaging saying, sorry, we didn't believe you. But at the same time, I don't really need the validation. So that's what it comes down to. I don't wish her ill. I hope she finds happiness wherever that may be and do with whoever that may be. I just felt like both of them, and it was just my sense when I sat at the dinner table with her, I knew whoever she was married to had to have the same sort of energy that she has. And her energy was to get somewhere. It was to make money. It was to be adored. She needed that. She needed that to fill some sort of hole inside of her. And I hope that she's made enough and done enough where that void is full. So I just, I'm holding back from using certain words because I don't want to come off as being attacking her in this moment. I just will say they didn't have as much money then as they do now, and they put on a lot of airs in those first couple of seasons. She was worried about status. I'll just leave it at that.
I was going to say, well, what would the words be? Like gold digger, fame whore, opportunist?
No, nothing like that. I was just, it's a fair way to put it, that I think, social climber, just looking to advance herself in her social status. That's all. And I know this because I was friends with a lot of people that were on that show. I was friends with Carlton that was on the show. And I lived in Beverly Hills. And Camille told me a lot of things over tequila one night. So I guess if I was Kyle, the person I'd be really nice to would be Camille, because she knows a lot about her.
What about why? Because you just said like you think they'll be stronger together than separate. Like, what do you mean by that?
I think that at the end of the day, they're both looking for the same thing, which is to continue building an empire, which is great. A lot of people have that goal. Um, I'm not sure either of them have a clear understanding of what will make them happy yet. And if neither of them know exactly what will make them happy, maybe just keep doing what you're doing until you figure that out. I don't know. They know each other so well. I mean, they've been together for 27 years. I've been with married to Joe for 30. I know him better than anyone. He knows me better than anyone. So on some level, there's got to be a friendship or some sort of mutual respect between them. And I would just think that together, like, she promotes him. He's more interesting because he's married to her. She has a financial stability no matter what she does with the show because of him. And I'm sure she owns points on the show, so she'll have that stability. But yeah. So, and I think that in some ways she needs a man on her arm to feel relevant, or at least I'll just say a relationship to feel relevant and loved.
I have a question about that in a second. But I mean, that's the thing, I guess, like you say you're not shocked, but I think that could be the argument. Like, you hear these rumors for years and years and years. So I guess maybe you're not shocked at the outcome, but like, are you really not shocked? Like, didn't you think maybe that if these two people just need the same thing in life, that they would go through the motions for the public's appearance and just stay together, whether they were truly fulfilled and happy or not?
Well, they did. And I think they did it as long as they could. So they must have reached a breaking point where one of them just didn't want to put on the facade anymore. Because, and correct me if I'm wrong, but up until even very recently, they were making public statements and appearances about how happy they were. And anybody that's been in a long-term relationship or has been married knows it doesn't usually happen overnight. It's usually something that erodes the relationship over a long period of time. And then you hit a wall where you just can't do it anymore. So I just believe this has been going on a lot longer than people realize. I don't believe it just happened in the last few weeks. They woke up and said, we need to get separated. People just don't divide their lives for no reason. So
That's true. Yeah, Mauricio, he had a book right after Buying Beverly Hills came out. He, within like the past 60 days, like I think 90 at most, was doing the press tour. Everyone asked about the divorce. They were saying, they noticed Kyle with that. And he literally was like unequivocally, this is insane. This is insane. What are you talking about? So, they've both been asked recently. She's been asked in the past, I think, 3 weeks about their marriage.
right. And so they lied about it.